We're live. We're live, everybody. I want a bagel. Do 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 do. Turn it up. Wait. I wanted to go to Taco Bell before doing anything, but I woke up late. I woke up late and I was,
Taco Bell.
yeah, they have breakfast now.
I know, it freaks me out.
That's gross.
Nuh-uh.
That's what I said.
It tastes good. I had the waffle taco, and then I didn't get their burrito, but I had some other. I had, what was it? Oh, their crunch wrap. And it's like a hash brown, some eggs, and whatever you want scrambled into it.
I cannot eat eggs from Taco Bell.
Their eggs taste a lot better than other places I've eaten eggs at in the morning. Because literally, I don't like it anywhere else. Because it's like scrambled eggs. Maybe that's part of the reason. It's not like some patty that's just thrust in there. Because I was like eating Sonic breakfast once, and it made me so sick.
I just can't fathom the idea of going to Taco Bell for breakfast.
Amen
It's
to
awesome.
that.
That's just kind of what gets me.
It's awesome.
My boyfriend was like, you can't knock it till you try it. You're making a snap judgment based on nothing. I'm like, I'm making a snap judgment based on the fact that I'm not going to be eating eggs from Taco Bell.
They don't even do breakfast at our Taco Bell, so that's got to show that it's not good for you.
Really?
Yeah.
And they just started it. It's probably going to get there eventually.
Yeah, it's only been there for a month or so.
I hope not.
And it tastes good too because they don't usually do it. They actually make it fresh.
Listen, we all know that America is the healthiest country in the world.
I was watching some video and it was like this girl's an average size in America. No wonder you guys are a bunch of fat. Just like see,
Hey,
and people think that we don't like other countries for no reason.
the other countries don't like us. We're just sitting here like, wait, why are you mad at us? We don't get it. I'm going to go back to watching The Bachelor now.
I was just like, that girl is not fat. She's not overweight. She's a 13-year-old girl. Let her live. Hasn't hit puberty yet or anything.
And I put my face in it.
So if you guys are watching us, just ask us some questions. Just
Tell
wait
us.
a little while. Oh,
Have
did
you
you do that
had
thing on
Taco Bell
Goodreads? Did you do that thing on Goodreads that you let them know it's on? Or
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. I need to.
live, totally.
Live from New York. It's a Yearthon live discussion.
It's hashtag a yearthon.
Live from Canada, Pennsylvania, and Louisiana.
We got Jet Show. We don't look tired at all.
As soon as this is over, I'm taking a nap.
So I'm going to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna read for a little bit, and then I'm gonna do important stuff after that.
I need to pack for vacation. But I've been getting so distracted by Abby Klein's books.
Cool. I know you're gonna take City of Lost Souls with you, but you're not gonna read it. You're gonna be like, oh, Bobby Blind.
How do you have faith in me?
I have faith that you will read. How's that?
Thank you. I guess it's better than nothing.
And if you actually read, I will be surprised.
Alright. The link has been posted.
All my days I have longed equally to travel the right road and to take my own air. I like this quote of the day.
It's here in my bed.
There is a snake in my food.
It says we have 2 viewers, but one of them is probably me.
Well, it was giving us a viewer before I even went on the page, so sometimes I feel like they don't count us. But if you guys are watching us, just comment, let us know that you're here. Anywhere. It usually takes a few moments for people to show up anyway. Should really start this thing like 10 minutes early. People will just randomly show up. But I actually read some yesterday, even though I wasn't home. I started carrying this around.
Really? That's
Yeah.
right.
I was like, should I? Should I not? It made my purse heavier, but I was okay with that. So I got a little farther in.
I finished 2 books yesterday.
That's because they're Abby Cotton's books.
I love them. They're only like 200 pages, and it's reading an ABC drama, and I'm like,
You should watch the OC.
I'm sure I love the OC.
My friend, she's like, she never heard of it before. I was like, seriously? Number one, you don't listen when I talk. Number two, it was like one of the biggest show around when it was on. Like, how could you not?
The OC is.
The OC takes place in the fictional Orange County. That's why they have that reality show, the OC, the Real Lives of OC. But it just follows some kids that have lots of dramas in their lives, like always.
It
And
was huge when I was in high school.
I love the OC. Welcome to the OC, bitch. I mean, that was actually a line. And I was like, and yet I continued watching and watching, and then I got the whole season on DVD. All the seasons once it ended.
It got terrible after some major character died, though.
Not terrible. Like, I still liked it, but it's like, now one of the core people is gone. And you can't put him with anyone else because we're all just going to hate them.
Yeah. That show introduced me to so many new bands. Like Imogen Heap.
You didn't know who Imogen Heap was?
Not before the OC, but the OC, that was when I was in high school. That was a long time ago.
It wasn't a long time ago. It was California. Here we come.
California.
Did you watch One Tree Hill?
No, never. I'll never watch One Tree Hill.
Why not?
Never.
That was an awesome one.
Oh my god, we actually have a person commenting in the Q&A.
Is it about all the TV shows we were watching?
No. It went away though. Are you answering it, ke-sha?
No, I didn't see it.
It said, how did you guys do with your goals for the year-a-thon? Or something like that.
Okay. You guys want to start?
Well, I
Sure.
failed, so that's about it.
I
What
thought
did
you
you
read a
plan
book.
on reading, Christina?
I wanted to read The One by ke-sha after the selection stories, and I wanted to read Erased by Jennifer Rush.
And what did you end up reading?
So familiar.
I just read the selection stories, which isn't really fair.
Would you count them as 2 books on Goodreads?
No.
You didn't?
No.
That was your first mistake.
Right?
I read, I'll hold it up. I'm not embarrassed. Gabriel's Redemption by Sylvie Reynard. Look at that. Sexy back.
He does have a sexy back.
It does, it's nice. They
I'm
printed
bringing sexy
like
back.
But that wraps up the Gabriel's Inferno series. And it was unnecessary.
I tried to find them, and I put them in my room somewhere, and I don't know where. I read Nash and Rome by Jake Carnover, and I read Mr. Monster, and and I Don't Want to Kill You. And then I read Peyton's Way, and I got halfway through Haley's Game.
You put us all to shame.
I read like 1,800 pages.
That's ridiculous.
Ashley reads. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, ladies. Why won't you watch One Tree Hill, Alyssa?
Because I don't have time to watch 15 seasons of people being dramatic.
Okay, it's like 9 seasons of people being dramatic, and you know once you're into it, you're into it.
No, it's not coming back on, though, so I'm like, I don't feel like it.
It ended. Okay. Go watch it. You know you like to Netflix stuff.
Yeah, I do. My friend, oh my gosh, my best friend, has watched through One Tree Hill twice since getting Netflix.
So
I'm like, girl, you got issues.
I've watched like Grey's Anatomy through twice. That has like I'm about to do it again because I need to catch up, and sometimes I just like to sit there and veg out and watch them like throughout all the seasons. Like,
That's shameful.
but right now I'm watching. I got this back from my friend, even though she didn't have the slipcover. I was like, where'd it go? But um, look how young they were in the first season. Me and Greg are about to watch a season a month.
Ain't
And
nobody got time for Supernatural either.
I needed to catch up on it.
Or it's too far in and I've been spoiled too many times from Tumblr. Nothing will surprise me.
That's because everything literally happened on this show. And then the reading space says hello, by the way, and they were the ones that asked that everyone achieve their year-a-thon goals. Hey, reading space, did you achieve your readathon goals? Well, if you participate.
Oh my god.
Well, I know a lot of people. Some people made up their own too. I'm cool with. I'm like, we ain't that strict.
Mm-mm. It was so funny. People were tweeting like, "Is it okay if I don't start until 10 a.m. on Monday? What kind of goals should I be setting?" And I'm like, "You can do whatever you feel like."
It was like, we are the least responsible people there are. We have no room to judge anybody.
No.
California. Well, I did good. I don't know about you. Kendall Reed says, hey, hey.
Howdy. Enough of my face. I need to.
Also, we're going to talk about ideas for the next year.
Oh yeah, for 2015.
Yeah, 2015. We have a thread open in our Goodreads group, so if you
I'll
just
link
go
it
there
in the YouTube video comments.
in introduction, or if you find her link, everyone's writing down ideas for next year so that we can go over them, and then we're gonna pick some, and then we're gonna pick some to put on a poll for you guys to decide. I'm not sure when we're gonna end the thread for a while. I mean, you guys can keep commenting there for like future years, but we need to start deciding soon what we're gonna do because December is gonna come up fast.
I think we'll probably, by the end of the summer, I think we'll have 2015 down. Right, Christina?
Yeah.
Christina is in charge of the idea things.
I think we haven't formalized anything, but I'm sure in the next coming months is when the polls will go up, and then by the end of summer, we'll know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're organized.
We are,
Look at us being responsible adults
for once.
because of it. I'm just gonna take all the credit. Is everybody okay with that?
Painful.
For once, I got some Bruce Lee pairs. I'm playing Odd Socks, so if I say something weird, just ignore me.
I just finished. I'm full now, so.
So ask us your questions.
They don't have to be just about.
We could talk. We could go back to talking about Taco Bell breakfast. We could talk about TV shows. We could do whatever you like.
The reading space says no. I'm still so behind, but I did make a dent in my list.
What did you read?
Tell us about new books
Mortal
tonight.
Instruments. Ashley Reed says, "Do you guys think you'll keep some of the same themes from this year and use them next year, like finish catch up?" I think we probably will end up recycling some ideas.
People are liking them, I think.
Yeah, like I'm
That's
sure we'll keep finish and catch up and reread-a-thon because that seemed to be the most popular ones.
Yeah, everyone was like, can we do a reread month or
Like you're late, we already did.
Though some people want to do Harry Potter again.
No, I think we're gonna maybe
How's
2016 if we do year-a-thon then, but
Yeah,
We're
it's like,
really planning ahead now.
it's too much. I love planning.
I was like, can you just recycle the old threads from the another year? Anyway.
Yeah, seriously.
But I feel like if we ever do another middle grade, well, we're doing a middle grade month this year, but I feel like we did like we're third in the middle grade, and it's like a lot.
Yeah, if you're curious, middle grade, technically, I guess it's next month, isn't it?
That
No,
is
no,
all.
it's in August.
No, it's classics, and then
Classics.
I think middle grade, which is good because after classics stuff, I'm gonna need a chill pill. No, seriously, I'm just like after reading, I like classics and all, but it's like reading that language is just like
Yeah, they can be pretty intense depending on what you're reading. You could always read like a children's classic and read like Narnia or something.
I need to reread those. I need to reread Lord of the Rings too.
I think we probably won't do any author specific recycled themes.
But some people wanted to do, what was it, the year in which you were born. And no offense, but I'm not counting back that much.
Yeah, I don't even know which books came out the year I was born.
I think the Harry Potter came out.
In the year you were born,
But
Yeah, I was
you
born in
feel so
95.
old.
The first Harry Potter book came out in 91, didn't it?
No, I don't think it was that early.
you can just type it into Google. Apparently, Goodreads has a best book list.
Oh, Matilda came out the year I was born.
Courtney says, hi,
Hey,
everyone. Hi,
Courtney.
Courtney.
Um,
The Joy Luck Club came out when I was born. The Pillars of Earth, I actually have that book, came out when I was born.
oh God, that book's like 1,500 pages long.
I wanted to see did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah.
Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 97, whatever. So I don't know what came out in 95.
Here, I'll Google it.
I can't, the Joy Luck Club, Number the Stars came out. Bag
Oh
of
my
Bones.
God, Number the Stars. I loved that book.
I never read that book.
Lois
And
Lane.
Rice, okay, that graphic novel did not come out the year I was born. Now I'm going to suspect everything on this list from now on.
The Golden Compass, Wicked. Gabriel came out in 95.
The reading space says I read Champion by Marie Lu, World After by Susan E., and The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken.
Lord.
Okay. I love The Darkest Minds from what I can remember of it, but all I remember is the ending, and I feel like I gave a 5-star to it because I was rushed off the ending. Like I love the ending of The Darkest Minds. It's like one of the best endings ever. But up until that point, remember when I was reading it, I was like, "This is good." Maybe not 5 stars, good. But I have to reread it anyway since I don't remember a thing about it except the ending. Have you guys read it yet?
It's been sitting on my shelf.
I read it, and I read Never Fade.
The darkest minds never fade in the afterlife, or the darkest minds in time never fade in the afterlife. One title, people. One title. Don't catch me knowing things by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Oh,
I don't know. 3 pigs just got in my head.
let me live.
Or the Billy Gruff goat. Trying to remember how that went. I remember there was a time when I knew those tales off the top of my head. Where did the time go? Look me in the eyes.
Asking us questions. We're all so tired.
Yeah.
Kendall Reed says my year-thon was terrible.
What did you end up reading? Did you read? I'm distracted by other things. But I'm also trying to remember some of the stuff for the hashtag year account. There was a point where I said I would do like a read along each month, but like I don't think that's gonna happen. It says it in our thing.
Into it.
I thought about it, especially since you want to start. Since you said that you'd be interested in a new adult thing, read along each month. And then I was like, well, we could make it a part of the hashtag year. Or just use the same group, and that was, you know what I mean? Because I'm lazy and making a new group is not okay.
I don't think people understand how kind of intense it is to run a group like that. Like, we have 1,300 members now. We only ever expected to have like 25 jobs.
Yeah, I was just like, I was going for 100, and I was like, we have a lot of people.
Yeah. We started to have to ask our friends to help us moderate the discussion boards because it was just too much for ke-sha, Christina, and I to do.
Yeah, especially when one of us got really busy.
Ashley said A Child Called It apparently came out in '92 and a Jodi Picoult book. You guys are making me feel old.
Right? I'm just
All
like,
these '90s babies. What the hell?
I don't need this kind of level of scrutiny.
And Lil Reed says, I got stuck on Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Yeah, see that. I've always tried to read that, and then I don't know what happens. The next thing I do is I wake up and I'm like, that was a nice nap. Sorry, Dracula. But Dracula's castle is for sale for like $80 million. So I think what we should do is start writing some dinosaur erotica. Because apparently you can make like 30 to 50,000 a month at that, and I'm pretty sure we can make that money up in no time.
All I heard was we need to start writing some dinosaur erotica.
That's what
I have to tell you, I'm in. I am in.
My friend was in. She's like, we should really do that if you make that much at it. And I'm like, yeah.
One girl, two velociraptors. What could
Yeah, that's basically her idea. I was just like, she's like, we should just go for 2 dinosaurs and 1 girl. And I don't know how I feel about this because, dude, I think we need to read some dinosaur erotica to see how this actually works out. I don't understand the context of this.
I can see it now. It could be like a different book for each kind of dinosaur. The Brontosaurus is a gentle yet thorough lover. I'm not even sorry, okay?
Wow.
This is just where my brain goes.
I'm just done. Okay. Amanda Warren. Shiloh came out in 91, as well as Outlander by Nan Gabon and a few Stephen King, so I could totally do books from the year I was born. You got all the interesting books.
I want to read Outlander so badly.
I've heard mixed things about it. On one hand, I know someone who loves it. On the other hand, I've like seen it trashed completely by someone I know, and I'm like, I don't know who to go by. If I didn't already own it, I think I would probably never buy it. But I got it for free way back when.
Yeah. Well, even the negative things I've heard about it makes me want to read it.
It just makes me want to read it just to see how bad it really gets.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do. If you trash a book for some reasons that I think are interesting, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I get you. Like this, and then I go out and buy the book. Like, they lied. This book is good. Oh, you know which book I really want to read? Is it September Girls? It's that mermaid book.
The September Girls. You know, I never got that, even though the author said he was going to send it to me. What the hell?
I'm just saying, that was funny. Like, all the reviews I've read of that book are just like, this is straight up porn. Or, like, it's misogynistic, or...
Yeah.
all
Intriguing.
this other stuff. And after reading some of the quotes from the book, I wonder what it sounds like in context, if anything. Because you can take something out of context in the book.
I just don't get offended that easily.
Kendall Reed says, no, we need to write fan fiction for Dracula. Get those characters outside that damn diary. Okay, I'm not going to lie. If you probably look it up, you'll probably see some fan fiction for some Dracula. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of fan fiction for vampires in general.
Go to Archive of Our Own.
Archive of Our Own, which is the dirtiest fan fiction. There's fanfiction.com. They're more tame. Unless there's a Dracula website on its own, because there are some like fan dedicated websites specifically to only that genre.
Yeah.
You'll probably find some.
They have that for like Pride and Prejudice.
They have a lot of blood play, probably.
You don't know what blood play is? I'm not gonna explain it. It's a family friendly.
Yeah, besides that, talk of dinosaurs, we're family friendly.
Hey, you know what? If they're consenting adults, then it's okay. Don't matter if one's a dinosaur.
The reading space, my suggestion for next year would be a fantasy week and a contemporary week. You 90s babies are making me feel so ancient. I know, I was like, I have to start looking in the 80s. Like, what do you want me to do?
But in reality, I was only born in 1988, so.
I was born in 89, so. But I still know 80s culture. It was funny because my brother would put up something about, like, 80s on his thing. I was like, yeah, I remember that. I remember that, too. I remember. I was like, dude, what the heck? I don't know. If I say cassette tape to some people these days, they won't know what I'm talking about. Don't even know what a rotary phone is.
Some kids have never played Oregon Trail.
They don't know what a 8-track is.
I know what that is. My mom just told me what that is.
Did you ever play Oregon Trail?
No.
Oh my god.
But it sounds gross.
Survive in the West.
Once upon a time in the West. Madmen lost the bus in the West. Love Bless. I was too busy watching I Love Lucy, okay? Ashley says, if it makes you feel better, I wish I had been alive in the 80s.
But you weren't. You weren't. I'm just going to be over here with my old self. Reminiscing on the golden days.
The 80s/90s were awesome.
Yeah. I love the 90s.
TV-wise, it was awesome.
Band-wise. We got the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Hanson, Spice Girls.
Backstreet's back. Alright.
I was just listening to that the other day.
I'm not gonna lie, I still listen to. She's up here talking about me because I have a CD case, and she's like, "What are you, the 90s?"
You know what?
I bought a new one because number one, she was like, "Why are you buying CDs?" I was like, "Cause Ke-sha doesn't do." Look at it. It's a nice. It holds 200, and most of these in here are old. Not gonna lie, I buy some new old ones all the time because they have a $5 bin at Walmart.
Any emails?
Have you watched kids react to Walkman? Not yet, because I don't want to feel old. Because I used to have a Walkman for the longest time, and then when I finally upgraded to the CD player, it was like I would still carry around a CD player if I could find one that was cheap.
Just wait until you get upgraded to an iPod.
Okay, I've had one of those. I've had a couple of MP3 players. You know what happens? The same thing that happens with the CD player. I drop it, I break it.
I just need to be more responsible, Ke-sha.
No, you know, with the CD, even though I dropped that Walkman, these CDs are still here. I still own this music. Look at it. To these people. I know you guys are. I even have a rap CD. Push It. With the
Push it.
Pepper.
Wow, you're really dating yourself.
Whoop, there it is. Can't touch this.
Can't touch it.
Dylan. Come on, you guys. Just because I'm fire. I'm not dating myself, okay? I'm just being real. If it helps, I have a tribute to the rock bands in here. Where it has some band music from rock band. Not sure why that's the name. The newest thing in my CD thing is Lord.
Lord.
Yeah, that's the one that well, Lord and Fifth Harmony. There you go. My sister gave me this. Phil gave me this.
I do like Lord.
It's right by the Fray and Billy Currington. What was that thing?
Speaking of iTunes, I should be on it right now.
Oh no, hold on. The oldest thing I think I have in here is the Temptations. See, all their hits. My Girl, 18,000 Bag, all that. Ashley says, I still buy CDs because I don't trust iTunes. Thank you very much, Ashley. Thank you, because I don't trust iTunes either, okay? Because they do not back you up. I mean, Amazon is one thing because they'll keep a record of what you buy, which is why this is why I kept with my Kindle with them. But iTunes does not do that, and it's like, we are not responsible. Yes, you be responsible. If I buy something, I don't have to want to rebuy it in case I lose my computer just because I didn't back it up. What I look like.
Did you not set it up over iCloud or through an account? Because I've never lost any of mine every time I switch computers.
Ain't nobody got time for all that. That's some wiggly waggly stuff. Then you see, I still buy CDs. I don't understand computers.
You
I
sound like
understand.
an old person.
Understand.
Damn technology these days.
I do. It's like you come into my house, the most technological thing I have is like a TV, a laptop, and a Kindle.
You have every single game console that's come out in the past 10 years.
Okay, I've had one at one point or another. Let's see. I have a PSP, it's broken though. A PS2, that's broken. I have a PS3, not broken. Okay. A Sega Genesis, that's awesome.
You need to take better care of your belongings.
Well, it got dated. It got dated. Um, I have a DSi, an Xbox, a Wii, and my sister's Wii is here as well. And then I got her Nintendo 64 here that she's probably never going to get back once I hook it up.
We live in cities.
Kindle Read says, I've seen a tab floating around that is like 20th century where you read a book from each decade in that century. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm lazy and it ain't happening. I'm going to read what I have on my shelves. That's what I've been trying to do lately. So whenever I buy a new book, it's like I try not to go over 10 books a month. So I have to be really selective with the books I'm going to be reading. iTunes with that fake backup. Kindle Reads. She also says the Outlander is so good now the beginning is so rough and boring. And question, I'm supposed to be in this group. What group? The Goodreads group? And I have one eye open. I'm so sleepy. I just started waking up a little bit.
I didn't. It's gonna be a long day.
I gotta go make I gotta respond to comments today. Because I don't think I've responded to comments in a while.
I have to pack, go to work, and then when I get off of work, I'm driving to the beach.
You guys have fun at the beach. Tell them about the shark.
A couple of years ago, my boyfriend and I were at the beach in the water, and a shark washed up on shore.
That's scary.
I was like, no!
I'm gonna do some shark erotica. That's how you roll. This.
Dude, I cannot figure out what my Apple ID is.
See, ain't nobody got time for technology.
Why is this my email address?
Because I'm old. And
Well,
I
I
don't
can't
care.
remember my password.
Oh.
I'm okay with being old. You see this face? It's okay with being old. I know I'm that old, grouchy person that's gonna be like, "Get off my lawn, you crazy kid."
24.
I'm 25, thank you. Actually, I'm 21. Yeah, 21. Or at least that's what I tell people.
Don't lie to yourself or others.
Gotta, hey, people believe me. What you get for wearing Tweety Bird. That's what I wore some overalls and I had Tweety Bird on it, and my friend just looks at me. She's like,
God.
overalls are awesome. So hot lately. Um, Kendall says, haha, then I would never swim in those waters. I know, right? Like, it would never, ever, ever happen again.
Yeah, I got out of the water. My boyfriend's like, it's okay, come back in. And I'm like, no. No.
And then she says, I guess I know the answer to my question. I have no idea what question you were trying to ask, so. If you guys have any book-related questions or anything else, TV shows, whatever, we'll answer anything. This is what it usually turns into for the hashtag yearathon.
We were on point pretty well for the Sunday yearathon.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's morning. When it comes to boarding, we're just like, oh.
Yep. I'm not going to end up on Shark Week. I had a close encounter.
I've never seen Shark Week.
What?
I don't know what I got time for that.
Seriously?
What do I look like? Also, for the hashtag yearathon, would anybody be interested in doing monthly read-alongs? Then we can plan them out slightly for next year.
I want to start like a new adult book club.
I'd so join.
Would you?
Yep.
Maybe I should.
I want to read more, but I don't know what to read.
Abby Glines, dude.
Yeah?
Abby Glines, well, she kind of like borders the line of new adult and erotica because those sex scenes are pretty descriptive.
Okay,
I
I'm
have,
going
I have like 6, 8 of her books. I haven't read one, but my friend has.
No,
Bless
that
you.
is exactly what I want to read right now.
Good Lord. Read her Rosemary Beach series.
Would you guys be interested in joining Alyssa's new adult club? Tell her.
And I'll start a Goodreads group right now.
She'll start a Goodreads group right now. If you make a video about it, I'll make a video about it for you.
Okay. I need to think of a clever name for it.
XXX.
XX. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the
And you have to think of a hashtag and everything. And then you have to try out those hashtags to make sure they're not used.
shit.
Ashley says, at least there you have a beach. There's nothing here.
I have to drive 4 hours for the beach. I'm gonna get to the beach at 2 in the morning.
And then she says, yes to monthly read-along since I'm not in school anymore and I'd be all over a new adult club.
Alright.
I just checked in the chapter's card.
And then the reading space says, yes, I'll do monthly readathon.
Help me think of a name.
And then Kindle reads, I'm not going to end up on a short tape. And she also said, ain't nobody got time for that. See, I was going to do one that was going to be a part of the hashtag yearathon, but it wasn't going to be geared towards new adult. It's going to be geared to whatever I have on my shelves for that year.
You guys just know that I love new adult.
See, because I was gonna go with my yearathon thing, and I was just gonna read a yearathon. How about a year long? See, a read along every month of the year, people.
Hashtag
Good.
year.
Hey, you can't steal my hashtag a year long.
Help me think of names.
Does
Just
anyone
like
have a
new adult
name
book
for
club
the adult club that Alyssa is starting?
starting right now that I just thought of 2 minutes ago.
He names people.
You know we're not creative.
Don't say we. I came up with the hashtag a year-a-thon. Hurts
Whatever.
my soul when somebody says year-a-thon.
Yeah, me too. When you guys call it the Eurathon, you're taking away the purpose of the hashtag.
I forgot what else I was calling it before then. Then I was like, how? And it's like a light bulb went over my head. The reading space says yes to new adult reading club. I'll read almost anything. And Kindle Reed says, I haven't read any new adult fiction. It sounds like another name for a romance novel. It basically is, except it has sexy times in it. Sometimes, not all the time, because I've read some new adult that doesn't have any. Oh, I got the name, ke-sha. Hey, you know what? You're not funny. You're not funny. Even though you're not funny. I read I read stuff that you can't even put on the her new adult series because it ain't new adult, it's adult. I was like, if I start a group, it's gonna be a erotica group. But I think I actually am subscribed to some people or part of some groups that do erotica. Or no, they wanted me to join and I haven't. Or what was it? Oh, I wanted to join, but I'm too lazy to join and participate all the time, which is why I have to actually own the group if you want me to participate.
New adult is not.
I'm stalking Ruth, aka Kindle Reads, right now. She gave The Darkest Minds 3 out of 5 stars. She didn't even spoil anything. So now I have to actually reread this whole book. I'm shameful, and yes, I'm sorry. Let me live.
Okay, I just made it.
Hold on, name Sexathon. What? That is. What did you decide on?
It's just gonna be the new adult book club, but we're gonna use hashtag NABC for it.
A name? I don't know. Grown and sexy. Just kidding. What if she was gonna use grown and sexy?
Sex, baby. Let's talk about
The
you.
first book should be Rule, and I will join.
Okay, I'm making a poll right now.
So we should be getting an invite from you soon. Joining your new. I get like I'm in so many. How many groups are you guys in on Goodreads? Because I'm in a lot. This year I was like, this is gonna be the year that I actually participate, and I joined the ones that looked interesting. And then I didn't do anything in them, and I still get newsletters, and I'm like, I can read that book. I have that book. Let me join. Then then I didn't anticipate how much time I would spend on the hashtag a year. Because then I made my own, and then I was like, I ain't got time for everybody else's.
I need some more suggestions. So far, I have Beautiful Disaster, Rule, and Fallen Too Far by Abby Glines.
New adult, new adult. I
Isn't
read a
Andy
lot of
an adult?
I read a lot of adult, but not a lot of new adult. I think Crash falls into the new adult category.
I think it does too.
But I know everyone likes the first book, but no one likes the sequels that much. Some people don't.
Sex, baby. Let's talk about you. Okay, so if you guys are interested in joining the New Adult Book Club, go to the actual YouTube link of this hangout, and I'll put a link to it in the comments.
Are you gonna invite everybody on your friends list? I don't.
Yeah, I did. New adult. Okay, let's. I think I want it. I'll probably start it in July. That way we have time to.
Yeah, because aren't we doing a new adult month for the hashtag a year long? I mean,
I think
that's
so.
on.
But I think it's in September. Like my birthday month. Um, Street. I love that book.
Okay. Ashley Reed says I didn't have to crash books after the first. Oh, that's sad. I really like Crash. And even though they're starting to get on my nerves a little bit in Clash, I'm still gonna read it and love it and be all interested in the drama. I just know I will. But Crash was just like crazy insane, and you didn't think it could get any more crazy insane until you started the first book, and within the first pages, it's like, I can't deal with you right now because I'm not in the mood after I just read those other two adult books. It's like I was done with drama.
I'm all
Marissa
about
Childress
it.
says,
What? Go ahead.
I want to join. And what were you saying, Alyssa?
Um, I read 4 Abby Glines books in the course of a week. Just because of how like drama filled it is and amazing. I need to find a good group picture for new adult.
Okay, what you and your boyfriend need to do is when you're in your bathing suit, you pose together, just stick it out, yeah, and then you have someone take a picture. That could be you. Showed up. No one lets my idea. Listen, her bathing suit.
I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Never mind. The replay says "Wait for You" by Jalen or anything. Yes, I love "Wait for You." I
Oh
told
yeah,
my
I
friend to
forgot.
download it last night. I have the "Wait for You," "Trust in Me," "Be with Me," but I've only read "Wait for You" so far.
Easy by Tamara Weber is considered new adult for somebody who asked. Marissa, yeah.
"Wait for You" also Ashley suggested.
Okay.
Ashley also says, I think I'm only in like 3. I recently left some that I wasn't paying attention to. And Kindle Reed says, Goodreads needs an update. The notification is chaos. I feel like a dinosaur. Yeah, I don't really have that much trouble with the notification sometimes. Easy by tomorrow. You could do a Colleen Hoover book, Courtney says. I haven't read Colleen Hoover.
I read is it Hopeless is the first one or Losing Hope? I can't
I
remember.
think it's hopeless because it was free and I got it. But then Victoria told me that I shouldn't have wasted my breath. And then the reading space, Colleen Hoover or Katie McGarry. Does Katie McGarry fall into the new adult
I
category?
think he does.
Or is it Pushing the Limits?
Yeah.
I have Pushing the Limits. I haven't read it yet, but everyone tells us we should.
What the hell?
Kendall Reed says, I suck at naming things at times, especially when I'm half asleep. And then the reading space says, LOL. Ashley says, Left Drowning by Jessica Park is excellent and super underrated.
Okay, I just created a poll for it. So if you guys, all these titles you're telling me, if you don't see it on the actual poll, go ahead and write something in.
I feel like
Okay.
I'm
Here
going to have to
is
go
the.
down to our own comments to get a link to this group.
I need to pee so bad. I'm just like concentrating on making this group. Okay, I'm linking it in the comments below.
Let's see how many groups I participated. I participate in the Chicklets Club. We are Word Nerds, YouTube book reviewers, Buddy Reads. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to do Buddy Reads more. And then a book a month, Good Readathon, 2014 Big Book Challenge, Attachments, which is part of the Book Explosion, Dorothy Must Die Read Along, which I did not participate in, My Addiction, My Book Review. Yeah, you guys are getting the go book yourself.
Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm too lazy to go up with a whole another group. So if I ever do another a read along each month, it's going to be part of the hashtag year. It's like, and this year we'll also be doing some read along you guys can participate in. Yay! I'm not creating a new group. What do I look like? I spend all my time on hashtag year on anyway. Ooh, look, I will join your group, Alyssa. And, and people are already there.
Okay, I gotta go write my exam. So
Okay.
I'll text you when I'm back and see if you're still around and then hang
I'll probably be at Taco Bell.
in. I might get Taco Bell to treat myself after my exam.
I have returned.
Oh, good, because I'm just leaving.
You're leaving.
I have to go write my
Don't
exam.
take them Taco Bell breakfast.
God, no. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, viewers.
Uh,
For what discussion? I think we name ours all differently for our
yeah.
discussions in our Goodreads groups because I try to avoid that problem. She says it's just that everyone has the same name for discussion topics, so when I'm looking at it, it's like I'm waiting, where is this comment commenting on? Because I know with other groups, I get confused like pretty easily on what happens. So I'm really, so whatever month we're in, just look for that month, and that's what we're commenting under. Ashley Reed says, "What are you guys planning on reading for next month?"
I am going to be reading. Is it The Battle of the Labyrinth and The Last Olympian?
Yeah, she already read. She read ahead for one of them.
Yeah, I read The Red Pyramid, it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it.
But she has the same problem that I did, which was
Yeah, it was a 500-page book, and I think that it could have easily been split up into 3 books.
yeah, that's the thing. He's so much better at writing. I think 5 books incomplete, and I feel like that's the reason why King Chronicles didn't do as well.
Yeah.
First, I was just like, because there's that Percy Jackson, of course, everyone wants to love Percy. And then again, it's also like I feel like he should stick to his 5 book thing. Because when I was reading the King Chronicles, even though it went fast, I was just like, this is a lot of information. I don't really say that. But we actually split up the message boards for Riot Month.
Mm-hmm.
So each one will be managing something.
Each moderator has her own specific board that she's going to be moderating. So I'm doing like 2 of the Percy Jackson books, and I'm doing the Red Pyramid.
I'm doing the Son of Neptune, and then I have to read the Mark of the Beast and the House of Hades, so I'll be moderating those as well. And then I have to reread the Red Pyramid, and then I have to read Throne of Fire and the Separate Shadow, so I'll be manning the. And then I know Carrie, she will be manning the Battle of the Labyrinth and the Last Olympian, and Christina has the Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters. And I think if Geraldine reads it, Lightning Thief, she'll be helping Christina out. And if Carrie decides to read Son of Neptune, she'll be helping out on that one. See if we have things. I have it all
Real
written down.
serious.
I have it all written down in here. My booktube journal. What are you guys planning to read next month? You guys.
I'm finding a group photo.
Really? Didn't you already have one when you put up that poll? You should just make that your group.
It's just keep calm and love hot boys.
It says keep calm and what?
Keep calm and
Uh,
love hot boys.
oh, okay. Marissa, linked us to a one week girlfriend, This is actually on my reading list. I actually have a lot of new adult on my reading list. Here, I'll link you in the comment section.
Okay.
I actually have a lot of new adult that I want to read that just haven't been able to get to yet. Have any recommendations for a first with writing book if I was to splurge on some? Just splurge and get the Percy Jackson because I feel like it's starting off. I mean, I know he used to before the new box set came out. I know that the box set used to be like $20. I'm not sure. I think they took it out since they have the newer one coming out. So, but you can just splurge and get the first book and see if you like it. Because I feel like you'll either really enjoy Percy Jackson for what it is when you're older, or you won't. Because when I read it, I was older, and so I pretty much thought it was predictable. But I still really enjoyed the writings and the characters and everything like that. So that was good. Ashley says One Week Girlfriend was good. And Kendall says, haha, why has Taco Bell got into the breakfast game? It's because I was really disappointed when they didn't have any.
That's what I said.
Because it's a moneymaker. Shake's the moneymaker. And they did. And they got money. And they made those cinnamon balls part of their breakfast now. Oh my god. I love those things.
Their churros are amazing.
I don't know about some churros, but okay.
You haven't had one of their churros?
I think I did. I don't really care about them. Nobody had time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Reed says, I have a buddy reads for the night circus. I want to read Americana, but I have a lot of books I picked up last month that I want to tackle. I have been wanting to read the night circus. I was planning to next month, but then I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. Because with Rick Riordan month, I feel like I'm going to be really busy, and the night circus is really long, and I'm just like, Yeah, follow this girl. Forgot what her YouTube. She wanted to try Buddy Reads, but she found somebody to do one. But I was gonna ask her if she wanted to read the Night Circus with me. But I was looking at the Night Circus, so a bit of a bookworm, and I was like, it's a big book. I don't feel like reading it yet. Plus, next month I have to read the Shatter trilogy, and I'm also reading something with Simon, but I can't remember what it is. What is it? What is it? This is gonna be embarrassing to ask him. Dude, I'm getting old and forgetting stuff. This is not okay. I'm gonna sit here and think about this. Think about this. Marissa Charlie says I'm so late, but I'm gonna try to read The Fault in Our Stars before the movie comes out. Well, I hope you enjoy it, because I know Ashley did enjoy it. Which is
really?
Good. Yeah, she gave it like 2 stars. But then on the other side, Ashley reads.
Oh, okay.
On the upside, she did say she would give me her copy, so now I don't have to buy a copy of the movie poster. She said
you should tell the people how many copies you have.
3. Hey, I told Ashley this. She said she was okay with this, and she supported my habit. Gotta love.
No.
Gotta love. Hey, I have the silver cover, and then I have the first one that I bought that was signed, and then I bought the box set, so that one had another signed one in it. It's not my fault.
Not my fault. Who is messaging me?
Do you guys have some more questions or anything? Or if you guys know what you're going to be reading for Classics Month, do you guys know that far in ahead? What are some things you guys are thinking about reading? How about you, Alyssa?
ke-sha for Classics Month.
Yeah.
What are you gonna read?
Um, Probably the bleh, the Picture of Dorian Gray, because I had that
Mm.
Penguin Deluxe copy. I know Geraldine thought about rereading We Have Always Lived in the Castle, because we both read that one together and it was amazing. But I kind of want to read another one, because I promised myself I'll only buy 2 Penguin Deluxe copies at a time, and I'll read one before buying another one. So we're gonna see. I really actually want to get a copy of Jekyll and Hyde. I didn't see one in the Penguin Deluxe copy, so I'm probably gonna be branching out into another one, which is so bad. But and I kind of want to read Peter Pan and then Alice in Wonderland.
I read Peter Pan. I wasn't crazy about it.
I liked Peter Pan. I started it before. The language just gets to me.
Mm. I think I'm gonna be reading contemporary classics like uh, Fahrenheit 451. Ooh, where is it commented?
I Yeah, Classics Month is in July, and maybe double checking, but I'm pretty sure that's the month. Yeah, it's from July 7th to the 13th. Ashley Reed says, I don't know if these actually count as classics, but I'll read To Kill a Mockingbird and The Giver and probably The Great Gatsby. I'm pretty sure those do count.
Yeah, I would count those as classics. They're like modern contemporary classics.
And I love The Giver. And the movie's coming
Yeah,
out.
it's good.
Ashley says, I gave up on John Green. Loa didn't like Looking for Alaska either. I haven't read that one yet. I keep meaning to. I like the first few pages.
John Green's just not that good of a writer.
He's just not for some people.
I enjoyed The Fault in Our Stars, but I don't think his books are as amazing as people say they are.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I've only read one of his books, so. My friend is excited for The Fault in Our Stars.
How were we not friends on Goodreads, Ashley?
Kendall Reads for says, "Is it just me, but has YA novels turned into children novels in the sense that you can predict what is going to happen before it happens? But there are some excepts to the rule."
They're all the same.
A little bit, but not really. I feel like even when I was a kid, there comes a point when it depends on what kind of reader you are. You read like one book like every few, maybe like once a month. Like I don't feel like you're gonna predict everything. Like I feel like as a reader, um, you get used to how a storyline is going to be written. And once in a while, there are a couple of surprises, but not really. And then there comes a point where you're either going to hate that or not, or you're going to appreciate the book and how well it was written and how well they did the mystery and what they did different, but still know that it was predictable. You know what I'm saying? It's like romance novels, okay? Like Harlequin and Silhouette. It's like you know what's going to happen.
Oh, they all follow the same
But you
formula.
still like some more than the others based on the character and the writing and the storyline, and so those are the only difference I feel like. I mean, there are some exceptions, of course, with YA. I mean, I feel like everyone reads like paranormal YA in the YA community, and they started reading temporary now. But it's like most of the time they're not reading books about people who are like pregnant and getting bullied in high school and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's another predictability to the paranormal YA thing that goes on, and that's why. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I
I
feel
just
like
found a gray hair.
get a life. But I feel like that's why some people hate when something different happens at the end of a novel and no one was expecting it. okay, like kind of like Mockingjay. I don't have a problem with how she ended anything or the characters that she killed or like I mean, I knew she was gonna kill some people probably. It's a war. I have a problem with how she didn't detail what was happening. I mean, you don't have to detail it that much. If I don't know until a couple of pages later or even until I'm in a hangout discussing it with people that the person died, then that's a problem. I just called out Christina in that sentence.
Yeah, you really did. There's so
because
much going on in that book.
because I was reading the book, okay, and a few pages later they said this character had died and they're mentioning them again, and I'm just like, they died? What? And then Christina, we were discussing it, and she goes, that person's dead? And I'm just like, yes. She's like, no, I
Yeah.
read that book. That did not happen. I was like, yes, yes, it did.
And it was a pretty traumatic death, too. It
I was
shouldn't
like,
happen to death. It was easily glazed over.
I'm just like, mm. I need to know what's gonna happen. For classics, I already know I'm going to be reading on that North and South by Elizabeth.
Estelle, I want to read that so badly.
That sounds familiar, but what is it about?
It's like Pride and Prejudice. Like people compare it to Pride and Prejudice, but of a different time period. I think it's like maybe I think it was written maybe 20 years after P&P.
PMP. I feel like I want to reread Crime and Punishment for it's a
You
long
want to
book.
read Punishment?
Reread Crime.
I want to read The Count of Monte Cristo.
Ain't nobody got time for it.
So long though.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should read Three Musketeers. And then I told myself to shut up before I slapped myself.
Like, you don't be hysterical.
Not being serial right now, ke-sha. Not being serial. I agree with what you're saying, ke-sha, but I usually enjoy when the ending is different. I mean, I enjoy when the ending is different too. I think that's why I like the Darkest Minds ending so much. But I know they won't keep up that momentum, you know. Which is why I just like, I was like, I can read YA all my life. When people are discussing how much YA we read, and I was like, yeah, I read a lot, but it's also more, there's more of it lately, and I decide how I read a book based on its synopsis solely, basically. And so it's like, so they just happen to be a lot of YA. But I think I pre-ordered a lot of adult this year too. I mean, there's like at least 2 adult series that I read on the regular. And plus, if you didn't read adult, you would never get a standalone book. Like, are you kidding me? Why is every YA series, like YA, a part of a series?
It is so freaking annoying. Even it's starting to happen in romance, and new adult. Like the Gabriel's Inferno, it was supposed to only be a duology, but for some freaking reason, he decided to write a third book, and it was basically like a 400-page long epilogue. I'm like, this was not necessary at all.
Apparently, after, oh, sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say like The Perfect Game by, I forgot what was her name, but they have like 2 books. Okay, and then my friend said the third book was basically an epilogue of their lives.
It's just like Bared to You by Sylvia Day was supposed to be a trilogy, but for some ungodly reason, she's expanding it into 5 books, and there's no point.
I saw that.
I was so
like, isn't that basically 50 Shades of Grey? Why are there more?
Jamie McGuire never had to read or write a book from Travis's perspective, but she decided to anyway.
Yeah, let her live her life.
No, I'm not going to let her live her life.
Let her live her
life. Yeah, I was talking to my my manager, and she was telling me how she read Les Miserables in 8th grade, and I was like, "You read the entire thing in 8th grade?" She's like, "Yeah, it was required reading." Like,
Hold
oh my
on, did
god,
they read the unabridged or abridged version?
unabridged.
Because who was it I was talking to? I think it was a fiction fairy, and she figured out what abridged and unabridged meant book wise. And I was
Oh
like,
really?
I don't know anyone who would want a bridge version except for lazy people, because then it's just gonna annoy me the whole time. I was like, it's different when it's a movie. Okay, those have to be like bridge. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? When I get a book, it better be the whole book that was originally written. Okay, I paid my money for this. I'm getting this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And how can you say you actually read a book if you read the abridged version?
I was like, it's kind of like, okay, if you've seen the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice versus the BBC Pride and Prejudice,
Yeah.
and like movie forms, they're both great movies, but I prefer the one with Keira Knightley. But it's like the one with the BBC is like basically the book. They go through all the twists and turns and everything, but I'm like, I like the other one better. But if I'm reading the book, I'm like, no, I want the book to be whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to get every part because it all goes like for the most part it all helps in the development of the characters in the story.
Ashley says, I need to get back to adult books. I didn't really get to YA until senior year or of high school, freshman year of college, which is part of the reason I, I, I read it so much now, and I'm so behind in popular reads. Hmm. This is
I
another
feel like
thing.
that
Some
about my
people are scared by adult for some reason. I'm like, when you go into Barnes and Nobles, it's just like going into the YA section or the children's section, which I'm in. I go to all the sections, okay?
yeah.
And basically, what I do is I go and I pick up a book that looks interesting or doesn't look interesting based on its cover, and I read the back. And then I try to see if it's the first book or the second book if I'm interested, stuff like that. I feel, and plus, even if you don't go to Barnes and Nobles, just like search stuff in Amazon. Pick a adult book that maybe you liked, and then you'll see like they have all these suggestions for all these other books, and then you go through them and you read them back. And every time someone asks me like, "How do you find your books?" I'm like, "I search for it." I don't know what you're talking about. But like, how else do you find new books? I mean, if I
There's
had to,
also there are a lot of great booktubers out there that read primarily adult books
yeah, sometimes
too.
I would. Like I was watching Franchidi's book haul, and I was like, "Ooh, this sounds interesting." And it's like one of the few times that I know about a book that I haven't heard of, because usually I know most of the YA books that are coming out. But then
I
again,
just
it's
feel like I'm sick of YA now because they all feel the same to me, and they're all so hyped on BookTube, and I'm like I'm just sick of it. That's why I have been living in new adult land for so long.
I I don't get people who exist solely on the recommendations of other people. I'm like, what did you do with your life before BookTube?
Yeah,
Or
it's just
like just internet in general. Like when I was growing up, there wasn't that much in the internet. When I was in the library, I would spend hours there. Part of the reason why is because I would have to read the back of all the books, you know. And that's also
yeah.
where I got my I don't judge a book by its cover, because some of my favorite books have like the stupidest covers ever, but like I still love them, you know. Especially when it came to
Some
fantasy.
of my favorite books from when I was little, like nobody else has heard of, but and you're right, I would used to spend like 2 hours in Barnes and Noble when my mom would take me just trying to like reading through the books and
And Kendall says, haha, the Count of Monte Cristo is just too long. Like, dang. That and Les Mis. Yeah, I've seen Les Mis in person. I was like, no, thank you.
yeah.
And then Kendall Reed says, these authors are probably more like the publishers are finding out that people want to know what else is going to happen in their characters that they love if another book was written. Okay, I don't mind like an epilogue book, technically. I mean, I haven't really read one yet, but I usually like epilogues, so I'm not sure how I'll, like, when I get to that book that she's talking about. It depends on how it's written. Like, does it need to be a long 400-page epilogue, or does it need to be like too. I mean,
Like
it
a
wasn't.
novella. If it were a novella, I'd be okay with it. I have 9 members in my group.
Did you invite other people?
I invited my friends.
I never got an invite. I just joined.
You're in my group.
I know, but I never got like a notification from Goodreads.
Invite.
But I'll make a video for you.
Thank you.
Now I feel like we went into serious issue. Reading.
We did.
We did. We went deep. Deep. Rule number 1: if you're trying to branch out, like I want to know how did you guys discover books before BookTube? Like, what did you guys do? And what do you do now? Like, I know a lot of people are like, now I go based on the recommendations. I was like, I would say that it seems like that, but the majority of my books I have either pre-ordered or like I have been trying to read more contemporary lately. It seems like so I got like Love Letters to the Dead and Panic, Catch Up Clouds, but contemporary seems to be a hit and miss with me. Actually, part of the reason I love night film is because I'm going back to my um, mystery roots. I used to be like a big Nancy Drew, Agatha Christie, Party Boys person. I could literally, especially during the summer, my mom's like, go outside. I've just been the time I wake up. And when I was a kid, I used to wake up early. So it'd be like 7 o'clock on the dot all the time, 6 o'clock. You have to wake up early for cartoons. And then I'd spend all day reading.
My parents were so supportive of it.
Yeah. And then when I was younger, I didn't have like a reading limit. So,
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, certain books for certain ages, which is why when you see like a kid and they're reading like on Dublin Street, I was like, no, when I was a kid, YOLO.
It wouldn't have occurred to me to read that kind of stuff. Like, I was pretty good with staying in the kids or new adult section.
I wouldn't say it, but it's just like I used to read like all the time, and then like after the library, like I couldn't just stay in one section of the library. You know, I would go on read something else. I think I wouldn't have read The Outsiders by myself if that wasn't the case. Like I know eventually I would have read it in school, but when I first stumbled upon it, I didn't know it was like a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed interesting and wanted to read it. I mean, Edgar Allan Poe. I read Annabelle Lee when I was in elementary school. Maybe I didn't understand it sometimes, but usually I could like talk about it with somebody, which I think is important, especially if you're a parent and your kid wants to read above their grade level and stuff. Then,
I mean, like you had teachers or librarians that you could talk to?
and I talked to my mom about it. Well, technically, I got a dictionary. She'd be like, "Here you go." I don't think she really like. She knew what I was reading, but she didn't really control it. And if I had questions, I felt like I could always ask her or my aunt. It wasn't like a big thing, but I was usually good at getting context clues. It's like one good things that I'm really good at. Like if I don't understand a word, if I read the sentence or a paragraph, I can usually understand what they're trying to say without knowing the actual definition of the word.
Yeah, context clues.
I was really good at that, but I was horrible at spelling. My teacher didn't understand. Like, yeah, I get it probably means this, and they're like, yeah, you're kind of right, and it was like, spell it, and I'm like, what do I look like to you? Ashley says, I used to go to the library and spend hours browsing. Today I just look at what's interesting. I don't rely heavily on recommendations. Because of Fault in Our Star, haha, I buy based on covers often. I don't get covered by, like, I wish I could do it. Okay, I can do it after I read the book. So, like, The Fault in Our Stars, I know I loved it. So now, if they came out with a million different covers, I feel okay with buying it. Like the different
I've got
covers.
burned once. The one and only time I've purchased based on cover was Wither by Lauren DeStefano. We all know how I feel about that book.
Oh my god. I love those covers. I just can't get over that
They are
one plot
lovely.
hole. I haven't even gotten past the first chapter because I cannot get over that plot hole. I was sitting there reading it silently to myself. And I was alone. I was like, what the heck? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense.
Like, it wasn't that great of a book, and I know this is kind of a booktube faux pas, but if she hadn't been such a freaking bitch to her bloggers and reviewers, I wouldn't have had such a big problem.
Oh yeah, authors behaving badly. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't usually allow that to dictate without. That's the only bad thing about social media. It's just like I'm like, keep your opinions to yourself. I didn't need to hear it. Okay. Because then they do something, and it's like, am I going to be less likely to buy your book now? Probably.
Oh, I am.
And
I think
Alyssa
it's
definitely will.
I am a book blogger, so when I hear about authors bitching out reviewers for giving honest reviews, I'm like, are you serious? We still
Yeah.
bought your book.
I'm just like, okay, they have their opinion. Not everyone. I think when you're an author, you have to realize the fact that not everyone is going to like your book. I don't care if your book is on the bestseller list and everyone, like 90% of the world, likes it. 10%, one person. If one person doesn't like it, it's their opinion. They didn't like it. They didn't like characters or writing, whatever. It's just them. You know what I'm saying? And you have to roll with it. You have to roll with the punches.
Yeah, you need to stay away from the reviewing site.
Because then it gets ugly, and then it's like the Goodreads bullies group thing. I'm just like, oh my god, just stop, just
I'm
stop.
still not over it.
They're still going on, and I'm just like, they're not. They're. It's called reviewing a book. Big reviewers shouldn't exist. Well, maybe your book shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's
Book
like
review.
people write reviews of movies that are shitty all the time, and you don't have the directors knocking down their doors and attacking them. Like, you create something, you put it out into the world, not everybody's gonna love it. You gotta sit down and let it go.
I mean, there is a difference between attacking the book and then personally attacking the author. Like this person
Yeah.
should be raped or something. Like those comments, I get. That is that has nothing to do with the book. But I'm saying when I read someone's review and they can say the reasons why they don't like these characters and the storyline, and then you put them on Goodreads bullies, and I've seen it before. It's like it's because a lot of like some reviewers, they give a lot of books they don't like. That's just how it is. And I especially feel like when you're reading a large amount of books, your patience becomes even less,
Oh, yeah.
and so you get more critical. Like even I have started noticing like when they have errors in books sometimes, like publishing errors. This is me we're talking about. Me who can forget about anything, try and enjoy it, and I'm like, no, that ain't working. But
I can
or
enjoy it when you have spelling errors everywhere.
I haven't actually given a book a little rating for that, but I know some people who do. And
Well, yeah, especially if it's through a publishing house. Like, really? Really?
yeah, I don't do that. But I've had less patience with stupid characters as the years have gone on by. Like even when I'm rereading a book that when I was younger I read and I liked and I loved, and I thought the characters annoying then, now and the characters 10 times more annoying to me now. It's like I feel like I wouldn't have as much tolerance having I read it before. Like I'm reading the Chaos of the Stars and I stopped like 56 pages in because I cannot deal with the character. Like I'm too old to deal with this crap.
That awkward time that Keisha and I flipped out about Goodreads spoilers.
Ashley reads, I definitely let their opinions determine whether or not I buy their books. I don't all the time. Or any other time. If I'm going to read the book, I'm going to read the book. Like Dorothy Must Die, I'm not going to lie. Even after the controversy came out, if I had wanted to buy the book, I was going to buy the book.
The Dorothy Must Die controversy wasn't that big of a deal for me, but it's the controversy is like when the high profile authors are the ones who attack reviewers and like they send their minions after them is when it's not okay. I think James Dashner did that.
Yeah. I'm still going to read The Maze Runner.
Like, you have so many people that love The Maze Runner. If one person didn't like it and wrote an honest review, you need to let that shit go and not have people attack her for it.
Yeah, that was not cool.
No, it was not.
He did apologize on like some of it.
But he gave the shittiest apology. He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize she was like a 12-year-old girl. I'm like, who cares how old she was? If she doesn't like your book, she's entitled to her opinion and she's allowed to express that opinion. Like, your book is made into a movie. You need to sit down and shut up. I'm sorry.
Kendall Reed says go to a bookstore, use Amazon, which I still do, but I can't lie and say that BookTube of late hasn't played a role in some of the books that I've picked up lately. That damn hype train is horrible a lot of times. I don't get this hype thing.
Oh, man.
Marissa says, I stalked Borders, rest in peace, or I stalked my library. I was the only person who was not at this Borders sale because I meant to go. I didn't end up going. I'm ready for whenever the next bookstore closes down.
I love Borders.
This whole hype train, though, okay, I'm just like, a lot of times I see the book beforehand anyway, so it's like I already formed my opinions about the book. I don't think I've ever seen a book that was really super hyped that I hadn't known of before, so I'm not sure how that colors my perception of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, when I try to read, I try not to think about what other people said about it. Especially like the reviews and stuff. Some people can't help it. And I'm good at ignoring stuff.
I'm not.
Ashley says, I will let the negative things that Alyssa is talking about affect my buying, but I still bought Dorothy Must Die. John Green made a comment once about Lifetime and Flowers in the Attic, which annoyed me.
What did
I know a lot of people didn't like the new Lifetime Flowers in the Attic, so we probably say something about that. Like, don't. Yeah, I know sometimes I'm following somebody and I'm like, I know we don't have the same opinion, but your opinion sucks. I don't know what John Green said about the Flowers in the Attic because I haven't seen the new one, so I don't have any opinions. I miss Borders. Now the closest bookstore is 2.5 hours away from me.
Right, I'm gonna need to go soon. I need to start packing for the beach.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have any last minute questions, answers, anything?
Let us know.
Any? I'm trying to. I know there's a lag, so we tend to wait a little bit. Kindle Reed says bullying is an awful thing on Goodreads. This is why I think so many books have such high ratings.
That, and they get their friends and minions to make fake Goodreads accounts. It annoys me. Like, this is when I get inquiries from self-published authors to review their books. I'll look at their book page on Goodreads, and if they've given themselves 5 stars, I'm like, no, I'm not reading your book.
I know.
That's a thing to judge off of, but like obviously you think your book's great, and if you're gonna pad your score like that, I'm not gonna take it seriously.
I don't mind if an author wants to review their book, but
They can never give an unbiased review. It's stupid, though. I'm not gonna be like, I wrote this book and it's only 2 stars.
I know. I feel like if I ever see an author and they give their own book like 3 stars, then I'd be worried. Okay, people.
Like, wait a minute.
Like, why am I gonna read this if you gave it 2 stars? But I feel like what I'm going to say. Oh yeah, I know that there is a problem on Goodreads when people have like made countless other accounts to give their own stuff, to give their own books like 5 stars and stuff. And people like start 1 stars because they know that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then to stop the Goodreads bully sites bullies those people. They don't think about this author. And I'm just like, okay, leave it alone. Marissa says, bye guys.
Bye.
And then Kendall says, when I see a book on the hype train, I don't pay attention to what they say, except that it's supposed to be good. And then she says, all right, bye, have fun. But where was I going with that? Um, hey girl, I love that you have improved your mind through extensive reading. Really, Alyssa? Really?
I love Mr. Darcy. Let me live.
Shameful.
It ain't shameful.
But I guess that's it. And I guess we should do one on just like talk about bullying and Goodreads. I feel like that's gonna
Talk
be like a
about the
long
Goodreads bully.
discussion. And then I feel like Goodreads bullies is gonna find us and say that we're bullies because that's what they
I'm
do.
good with that. I'll be like, I will stand up for what I believe in. Do
Hmm.
not silence me. I will not let the man put me down.
Right? Like
I feel passionate about this.
I know because some people like get like the person's. I think in one case, some author got like a person's like email and like
Oh yeah.
phone number and like
Oh,
put it
her personal
all
phone number.
all on the net. That is not okay.
That is not okay.
Give a 1-star rating or 0. You know, see, this is why I have stuff below 0. I'm like, if you can't handle it, then you shouldn't have written the.
Oh my god. And I love it when authors are like, oh, you can expect a phone call from my lawyer. Like, really? Really? Do you know what the First Amendment says in America?
I was like, I get it because I've written stuff and some people haven't liked it or like they'll criticize. I like it when people criticize that they like this is what I didn't like with it. Maybe this is what you could do to improve upon it. That's called critiquing. That's okay. But you can't, and even some trolls, you just like, whatever, bad. It's like, what are you going to say to it except move on with your life? If one review is just like bringing down your whole vibe of your book,
Clearly, you're not cut out to be writing books.
yeah. It's like, did you eat, especially in today's world where everyone, I'm not gonna lie, I was watching Dr. Phil the other day, and he had this couple on that were on Kitchen Nightmares, and since then they have like a loads of people. Like it's all started off anyway in the local news with someone reviewing their stuff on Yelp or whatever. It was
Yeah.
like the person didn't like it, and they felt the need to respond and very harshly to this person's critique, and it just started this whole war between people who review stuff, and then like not everyone's gonna like the same cake. I don't care if you bake it to perfection. I don't care about what. Someone will think it's too hot. Someone will think it's too cold. Someone will think this, that.
Like, not everybody's gonna like you. And I think people just need to realize that.
I was like, I don't expect every person I meet to like me. Why would you like? Why would you write a book and expect everyone to like the book?
Yeah.
It just
I
doesn't.
think that's just a life lesson everybody can learn. Everywhere, not even just authors, like YouTubers who flip out over dislikes. I'm like, listen, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I could just like some for calls or just like various other things. I'm like, well, I don't. What am I gonna do except move on?
Yeah, like, you still have how many people that still like your content? Calm down.
Yeah, it's like I get a bad comment and it's like, okay, move on with your life. Or I get a weird comment about how my boobs are epic. And then
But
that same
I
person,
have the best boobs on YouTube, apparently.
yeah, and the same person said this to both of us. And I feel like, where's your loyalty, man?
Now, I was offended by that comment. How can he be saying that everybody has the best boobs on YouTube if he's going to say it to me?
I know, because we started stalking his thing, and it's like, he responded to all these people about the boobs on BookTube, and I'm just like, man, you just give it, right? But I guess we're gonna go.
Yep.
See you later.
Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time. Spread the word about the new adult book club.
Spread the word. The word is a bird.
Bird.